Good morning and welcome to the news on New Day, live from the John Hammond Street at Kanda here in Accra. My name is Judith Awatri Tando. Coming up with the headlines this morning. Police arrests 4 persons in connection with the Ablekuma fan milk bullion van robbery. Also coming up, Volta Regional National Peace Council proposes a national conversations regarding exclusion before the 2024 general elections. Also this morning, campaigning heats up ahead of the NPP primaries, with aspirants taking their turns in various regions to sell their message to the delegates. Civil society organizations are proposing a tenure for the head of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO. And on the international front, hundreds of homes destroyed by fire in a poor neighborhood of South African port city of Durban. Details of these stories and more coming up shortly. Please do stay with us. Now, first story, the police have so far arrested 4 people of interest in connection with the Ablekuma bullion van robbery. Now, one of the suspects was reportedly arrested on Saturday, July 15. The 4 suspects are in custody assisting police investigations. Now, release from the police says further details will be communicated in due course. On Thursday, June 22, a police officer was shot and killed at a filling station in Ablekuma, a suburb of Accra, in another bullion van attack. The makeshift cash transit pickup vehicle was at the filling station to collect cash when it was attacked. Since the deadly incidents, the police service has intensified its manhunt for the 4 armed robbers. Let's do some politics now. The NPP National Chairman Stephen Ntim says the party will under no circumstances support the activities of LGBTQ+ in the country.
I want to state emphatically, without any fear of equivocation, that the new Patriotic Party that I chair will never support LGBTQ. The good Lord wants us to continue populating this earth that he has put at our disposal. How do we achieve that commandment if we are going to resort to LGBTQ? You ask yourself.
Now, still on politics, a flag-bearer aspirant of the governing New Patriotic Party, Kennedy Ejapong, has attacked some people in government for handling the city poorly. Now, addressing some party delegates in the Bono East region, he attributed the predicament to the bad policy choices made by those who call themselves strategists.
The Asen Central Member of Parliament, Kennedy Ejapong, says persons who claim to be strategists have no claim to the NPP's flag bearership because they risk losing the 2024 elections. He did not mince words by stating that some individuals integral to the management of the economy have failed Ghanaians due to the rapid fall of the cedi to the dollar. And he just cannot come to terms with how the so-called strategists looked on as the country was plunged into severe hardship that necessitated the IMF deal.
I'm sorry, we are strategists. Strategists, any baby I know. It is only Ghana and I would the economy call IMF also a strategist.
They go about claiming to be strategists. Ghana is the only place that those who take the country to IMF claim to be strategists.
That dollar have 4 cedis, and that dollar have 12 cedis. We are strategists. Excuse me.
While lamenting the high rate of unemployment in the country, Kennedy Ejapong recounts how the cedi depreciation cost him financial losses last year. He took some unnamed persons in his own party to the cleaners describing them as people who have no shame.
I used to owe a Turkish for some doors he delivered to me. When I was depositing his cash, $1 was equal to 6 cedis. In August 2022, when he was coming for $100,000, I paid 1,550,000 cedis, meaning the dollar was equal to 15 cedis 50 pesos.
Where were the strategies?
The call for NPP flag-bearer aspirant to engage in campaigns devoid of personal attacks seems not to have been heeded. Analysts warn that if this is not checked, it could divide a party that is keen on breaking the eight. And the question remains, should the NPP focus on its internal primary or look beyond it as a larger contest with the National Democratic Congress? Some major contenders for Kennedy Japan in the NPP flag-bearer race include the Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and a former Minister of Trade and Industries, Alan Chemating.
If English you go chop, your pocket is empty. If English you go chop. The message, a daisy woman.
Christian Yali, TV3 News.
Now, MP for Ifidrasia Sokore and leader of the MP caucus for Dr. Bawumia, Dr. Nana Ayew, has said his colleague lawmaker who is contesting for the MPP flag bearership slot, Kennedy Japan, missed his strategist target. Now, according to the lawmaker, Kennedy Japan should have vented his spleen on the finance minister and not Dr. Bawumia. He spoke to William Evans in Kumasi.
Vice President wouldn't go directly at the lawmaker for Asin Central, his supporters. For instance, the Member of Parliament for Efijasi Asukore, who is also a leader of the MP caucus for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, believe that maybe Kennedy Japan missed his targets.
He shared his experiences when he used to claim to go to school to pay his fees, drive taxi, cab. So any person, if he can be a president one day, any person's child, regardless of where you are in this country, there's opportunity for you to be where you have to be. Yes, and he's coming to give the hope for everyone.
Well, some believe that it's a submarine job at Kennedy Japan, who has been saying that the man claimed to be a strategist, but look at where the city is now.
That then I would say he should direct it to the Minister of Finance. Yes, and when he's in charge, he will take charge and we'll go to the promised land. He's taking us there. DMB is doing that. He's taking us to the promised land. He will do that.
So you think Mr. Japan is not,
I don't know. He should attack the finance minister. No, not him.
Bawumia is the only vice president in Ghana that we continue to hear his name in governance. Because look at so many vice presidents that we have had in Ghana here. When did you hear that they are criticizing or attacking vice president? Apart from Bawumia. Because Bawumia is competent. And I'll continue to borrow a word from Honorable Kennedy Japan. Bawumia is competent across board. Where can you use to discredit Bawumia? Because of dollar. But you've forgotten what is also happening. Now check the current rate. Tell me that the gold for oil, the policy that Dr. Bawumia introduced, is it helping or is not helping?
After 2 weeks of touring the Ashanti region, some believe that the vice president has that magic wand that will break the eight for the ruling New Patriotic Party.
We know what he's been doing to help the party as large, okay, and as sub-unit of the party, which is the Lady Caucus. We commend them. In fact, he's done a lot.
The term for Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia that the delegate was saying, is true. They have the genuine love for him, especially listening to his message. He's trying to let the delegate understand that this is how come I joined the party. This is the time I joined the party. This is my contribution to the party.
William Evans Sinkum, TV3 News, Faculty of Law, KNUST, Kumasi.
Now, on to some more stories. The Volta Regional National Peace Council is proposing national conversations regarding voter exclusion before the 2024 general elections. The Regional Executive Secretary for Volta, David Nomanyo, gave the advice at a forum on exclusionary politics in Ho.
This is a dialogue on political exclusion. For us, as Peace Council, we are interested to hear stories from the communities. And so a dialogue that is bringing people together to share what they perceive as exclusion. we are so much interested. And we are interested because exclusion has created problems for countries within the sub-region. And so it is an opportunity for us to hear and learn what people feel strongly about, to share what we know from experience of similar situations around the sub-region.
The CI that says that Ghana card is a sole document for registration. It's an aspect of exclusion. And Volta region largely, we feel that we've been marginalized in decision making, in progress, in development, and also the last registration exercise that saw a lot of invasion of military personnel in our communities just to intimidate people and profile them and claim they are not Ghanaians to prevent them from registering.
In 2014, ECOWAS came out in Abuja, decided to promulgate a biometric travel certificate called the ECOWAS card. That was supposed to be now used as a travel document within the sub-region. How then did the ECOWAS travel certificate or biometric certificate become our national ID? And so how?
Now, a leading member of the new Patriotic Party, Kwame Pienim, says he's pleased that 10 people are contesting to lead the party in the 2024 polls. Now, speaking with Pakwesi Asare, the renowned economist said the behavior of party elders will determine whether or not there will be unity after the primaries.
We're in a tough economic situation, and to have 10 individuals wanting to become flag bearer of the new Patriotic Party in such a time when you consider the sort of largesse that one would need to run a political campaign, having to tour the 16 regions of Ghana.
I want all the young people to aspire to be president. So we have a pool, a large pool to select. And the larger the pool, the more likely you are to come out with a better person. You know, politics is to serve. The higher you go, the higher your responsibility, the more the burden of service that we have to give to the people.
Some have also said or attributed the NPP's defeat in the 2008 elections to just the number of people who were contesting and the fact that it created a lot of enmity within the party.
What happened was that a lot of the people at the top of the party pick candidates to support, and that is wrong. When you get everybody to contest after they finish, if the party officers and the party elders are independent, it is easier to bring everybody together to support one candidate.
Because there have been allegations of incumbency advantage for the vice president. There are also allegations about the fact that the party hierarchy and the powers that be seem to be biased towards him and seem to be pushing a certain agenda. What do you make of all this?
I think it's unfortunate. I think that Nana Akufo-Addo was among us when we said that Kufuor should not have the right of letting Alain Chamartin succeed him. And there's no reason why Nana Akufo-Addo should think he wasn't born of a woman and therefore he should have a greater say in who succeeds him. You see, that's what happened when we lost the election in 2008. That's what happened when the party elders were supporting their relatives and friends to go into parliament because they thought they had safe seats. That's why we lost about 30 seats in parliament. And then we end up with a parliament which was hung, you know.
Now, a public forum was held by the Zebula Government Hospital in the Boko West District of the Upper East region to gather feedback from the public on its shortcomings and achievements. The District Health Director, Cosmos Atuwaje, urged the people to take interest in the hospital's initiatives to improve the delivery of healthcare services.
The Zebula District Hospital has become the preferred choice for inhabitants in the eastern corridors of the Upper East region following the renewed chieftaincy conflict in Boko. However, the facility lacked adequate infrastructure and essentials to advance healthcare delivery. The forum organized by the hospital administration was to highlight its challenges and achievements to the people.
To bring support to the hospital? Can we come together and come and say, oh, Administrator, we are come to see you. What can we do as a people to help the hospital in order that they can also provide better services to all of us?
Medical Superintendent of the hospital, Dr. Abdul Rahman Ayobi, hinted that the event would become a regular feature on their calendar.
We want to hear firsthand from them what their experiences at the hospital has been, what do they think the issues are, and to propose ways we can have better services for the people that we cater for. We have plans to keep this going. There can only be positive outcome from very open discussions and collaboration with members of the public.
The District Chief Executive Alhaji Isahaku Ahmed Tahiru urged the people to support the operation of the hospital and health centers across the district.
I want to say this to our nurses again, and midwives and all health personnel. Discipline is the key. We are all here not because we get money to make here, we have to work and grow. And if you have to work and grow, you will have to listen. There is no any way you can work and grow without being answerable to a leadership.
Now, illegal mining activities and teenage pregnancies are affecting the education of girls in some parts of the Kasena-Nankana West District of the Upper East region. Now, despite the re-entry policy of the Ghana Education Service, retaining the girls in school has been difficult. My colleague Christopher Amwako was in the Kasena-Nankana West District and has more in the following report.
You will be fortunate to find a girl in this community who completes junior high school without being pregnant. Almost all the girls between 13 and 19 are either pregnant, have delivered, or have been married off. A sad reality that comes knocking at the doors of every girl growing up. The situation is even worse in the Tazika-Baktua area of the Kasena-Nankana West District. The men who are responsible are mostly illegal miners from neighboring Burkina Faso. Meet 15-year-old Matilda, a Form 2 pupil of the Kulia Junior High School in the Kasena-Nankana West District.
I asked him to give me money. He gave me 50 cedis to buy food for all my family.
Like Matilda, Vida could not complete her junior high education.
I was in JHS 3 when I became pregnant. My boyfriend is a Galamsey man, so he gives me money every day. My education has been cut short because there is no one to take care of my daughter.
Like their other pregnant counterparts, while growing up, had great dreams and aspirations to fulfill. But these dreams have been dashed as the phenomenon seem to be getting out of hand. Schools are getting empty, as most of the children who get pregnant are compelled to drop out of school and marry.
It is affecting our studies here or our teaching and learning here because most of the children always leave school and then go for Galamsey. And we use that money to influence the girls.
For the Kasena-Nankana West Director of Education, the situation has reached alarming proportions, requiring urgent action.
Because most of these teenage children who get pregnant, they are unable to concentrate in their academic work.
According to the Ghana Health Service, Ghana recorded 542,131 pregnancies amongst adolescent girls aged 15 to 19 years and 13,444 pregnancies among young teenagers aged 10 to 14 years between 2016 and 2020. In 2022 alone, 102,673 teenagers were reported to be pregnant.
The delay in approving and implementing comprehensive sexuality education is still one of the biggest challenges we are having as a country. Once we don't make this effort to happen, we will continue to have young people not having access to information, and teachers need to have information to be able to give to students.
If the situation is not improved, it will have adverse impacts on Ghana's attainment of the SDGs and the medium-term development plan.
On the foreign front, Hume and hundreds of homes have been destroyed by fire in a poor neighborhood of the South African port city of Durban. Now, one person is known to have died in the blaze that tore through the Kennedy Road informal settlement early on Sunday morning. But there are fears that more bodies could be found. The cause of the fire is yet to be known. Now, however, some eyewitnesses say that it started when two people who had been drinking got into an argument. A South African Red Cross spokesman described it as a disaster and estimated that 1,000 shacks may have been destroyed, leaving some 3,000 people homeless. And that's all for the 6 a.m. news here on TV3. My name is Judith Awache Tando, but of course, Papa Ru, Adjoa, and Bella are here with me in the studio with the rest of New Day. Good morning.
Hey, you.
Good morning. How are you? I'm great, and you?
Not bad at all. I like your dress.
Thank you. I love your dress too. Thank you.
Your braids and all. I haven't seen you in a while, have I?
Yeah.
No.
Since I was writing exams for a while. So.
Oh, you've been off? Yeah. I'm making the moolah, huh? I've been seeing those things. Anyway, good to see you this morning.
Thank you.
How you guys doing? You're wearing purple as well. Did you guys plan?
No, we did not. We didn't. This is a pure coincidence. But you and Papa also wearing red. So
well, I think we messaged each other too because you know there's some flavor. I don't know if it's red or maroon. Yeah. But it's in the family. It's in the family. So twinning.
Yours is
We're all
twinning
today.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Charlie, but you look very beautiful. There's something about your hair. Who did that?